Oh, hey guys, welcome to my living room. All right, let's do our first homeward for 2020, new era of training. So to start with today, we've got our warm up. 2 to 3 minutes of general movement and 3 sets of 10 ballistic calf raises. For your 2 to 3 minutes of general movement, my suggestions are something like running around your block, running up and down your driveway, things like jumping jacks, slow burpees, all that sort of stuff in your living room, whatever you feel comfortable with. What the aim is here is to start and spike our heart rate and just prime the body for exercise today. With our ballistic calf raises, these are prepping our calves and our feet for all the jumping and power work we're going to do today. So we've got here no heel drop. All that means is we want you to perform the calf raises on a flat surface. 3 sets of 10 and in between sets, just a little bit of movement. So it's going to look something like this. Starting with your feet slightly apart, we're going to go up onto our toes and back down. Up onto our toes and back down. We've done these in the gym before, so you should be familiar with them. Our first work component of today's homeward session is power, a max height vertical jump in 10 attempts. Now what I suggest you do for this is head outside, get a little bit creative and try and jump to a target that's high for you. So that might be something like the side of a brick wall. It might be a tree in the backyard. It doesn't really matter what you're jumping to. What we really want you to think about being is as powerful as possible. That's what we're working here. So 10 quality attempts. So for me, what I'm going to do, because I'm inside, is I'm going to come over to my side wall and I'm going to aim to touch. So big effort, setting up, vertical jump. I'm going to have maybe 15-20 seconds between each rep and I'm going to go again. 10 reps. Once you've done that, we're going to move on to our strength for today. As you can see, it's all lower body focused. 5 sets of 8 to 10 reps each leg of a single leg squat. Note this is not a pistol. So we're going to have 15 seconds rest between legs and then 60 seconds rest after each set. I want you guys to find something, a chair, a box, anything you've got available that allows you to keep tight but also challenge form. So for me, I'm going to use my couch. I'm going to set up onto a single leg, staying nice and tight, squatting down, weight on the box or the chair, standing back up. I'm going to do all my reps on one leg before I change. Now for me, I'm trying to focus on keeping my knee tracking correctly, my heel on the ground, and trying to stay nice and stable. Once I've done my reps on one leg, we're going to rest 15 seconds, and then we're going to do our reps on the other leg. Moving on to our volume component. So we're going to keep working those legs pretty hard today, so I reckon the next day you're going to wake up pretty sore. We're going to go 1 minute on, 1 minute off for 5 rounds, air squats, but no lockout at the top and no rest. So how it's going to work is you're going to set up a clock, try and set it up on your phone in front of you if you can, or a stopwatch, anything you've got available, and watch how I don't lock out at the top of any of my reps. The reason I'm doing this is to keep the pump in the legs. When we do lock out at the top, that allows the legs a good rest, and that's not what we're after. We want to keep them under tension the entire time. Now, the second most tricky part about this is when your minute is over, you don't actually get a rest. We're going to do something called blood flow restriction. So I'm going to finish my set, 57 seconds, 58, 59, 1 minute. I'm immediately going to sit down onto my feet and shins. Now, it's kind of hard to tell because I'm only demoing, but you are going to feel so much lactic and pressure building up through the legs to get them nice and strong. At the end of that minute, I'm going to stand up again and immediately start my next minute of work, not locking out at the top. You're going to repeat this for 5 rounds, 1 minute on, 1 minute off, for a total of 10 minutes of work. Cool? All right. Wouldn't be a homeward without some conditioning. So today's piece is going to be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, alternating reverse lunge each leg, burpee with a max height jump, and mountain climbers with an elbow and knee touch. So starting with our reverse lunge, because it's each leg, you're going to do 20, 16, 12, 8, and 4. The reverse lunge is going to look like this. Our normal lunge standards, chest up nice and high, knees touching the ground at the back. If your knees aren't quite feeling it, just go to a depth that's comfortable. We're then going to do 20 reps. We're then going to do 10 max height jumps on our burpees. So all this means is I want you to jump as high as possible after each rep, not try and undercut them. And what you'll find is by trying to jump so high, it's really going to spike your heart rate. So it's going to look something like this. Chest down to the ground, jump as high as you can. Chest to the ground, jump as high as you can. We're going to make our way through those reps. We're then going to finish with mountain climbers with an elbow and knee touch. Getting down on the ground, we're going to touch. Just like that. Whew, it's already spiked my heart rate. So you're going to make your way through the 10s, the 8s, the 6s, the 4s, and the 2s. And that's going to be your workout, and I want to see the times that you guys post. Moving on, next we have our accessory work. We are going to go 3 sets of max reps each side, single leg calf raise, resting 60 seconds after each set. So I'm just going to hold on to my board that I have at my house. We're going to stand on one leg, and just like we did in the warm-up, we're going to go up and then come back down onto that flat surface. Now you're going to do max reps, so go until failure. Obviously your first set you're going to get a lot, you're then going to have that rest, and your remaining sets you won't get as many out. In your rest period, feel free to have a bit of a stretch. We've then got our stretch and decompress session. So we're going to do 2 sets of 2 minutes each leg couch stretch. So get your couch, come in nice and close, knees down on the ground, and I'm going to sit up. Whew, I need to do more of this. And relax through here. You will feel this immediately. It's quite an intense stretch. So when you guys are doing it, what I want you to do is try and breathe and relax as much as possible. Just like that. You're then going to do another stretch. This whole quarantine isolation thing is going to make you guys way more flexible, so we don't stretch enough at the moment. We're then going to do 2 sets of 2 minutes calf stretch. So any way you see fit, the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to come up against the wall, foot up against there. I'm just going to lean into it. Your calves are going to be so tight after today's session, so this one's really important. You can do it with a straight leg, or you can do it with a bent leg. And then we're going to get a little bit weird, guys, but our last part for today is going to be 4 minutes of nasal breathing. We're going to do a 6-second inhale, a 6-second hold, and a 6-second exhale. And you guys are going to keep rotating through this. Now, there's a few iPhone and Android apps that allow you to set up this kind of cadence breathing, and I will put a link to them in the comments for you today, so you can download one of those. Honestly, nasal breathing is such an amazing thing, and I think with all the stress we're going through at the moment, taking a little bit of time, 4 minutes out of your day to do something to center yourself is just going to be super important. So it might be a little bit of a laugh the first time, but I think if you take it seriously, especially if you're doing this on your own, it's going to be highly beneficial. So all through the nose, 6 seconds in. A 6-second hold and a 6-second exhale. That's what we've got for you guys today. As you can see, we have started with a workout that has absolutely everything you need and requires 0 equipment. And as we start renting out the equipment over the coming days, the programming will change to reflect this. And you never know what you're going to get each day. A mixed bag, but hopefully you guys like what you see, and I can't wait to see your results and give you some feedback.